And he won 5 diamond, beating Justin Young back before he was a WP. How sometimes he slows it down. And then Richard right behind him has an ace-8 and is 3-betting. Okay, cool.
Hello, Richard.
Yeah,
I would go bigger if I were Richard because Chino hates folding, and we're about to see how much he hates folding.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
Does this answer your question about the
the
suited
snap call,
reverse?
10-6 out of position.
Well, yeah, and if you look, he only had to call 115,000
Yeah.
into a pot of
I would call this.
500,000. So
And actually, Chino has flopped a gut shot here. He's looking for Richard's 8. Richard with a gut shot of his own is looking for a 10.
I think
Both players check.
Chino has an idea that I think he wants to play pots with Richard in general
Yeah.
on this final table.
Well, Chino turning an open-ended straight draw here.
I would have
checks it
liked.
over.
I would have liked to bet by Chino there.
Yeah, I wonder if he's like, I'm not sure what his plan is here. Like, I don't see him just not putting in an attempt to win the pot with his open-ended straight draw, but
Yeah,
Oh.
and you're right. He raised. So he
yeah,
is.
there we go.
Yeah, he's
He does-
pouncing on perceived weakness.
I agree with the lead, Tristan. Yeah.
Yeah, this works out beautifully,
Mhm.
but this is a little higher variance. You know, when your opponent does have a hand like Ace
Oh.
Queen.
My goodness.
Holy
What
crap.
is happening in this hand?
And then this is another just a gutter on this board.
And this is like super early in the final table. Like they haven't played a pot together this significant at all.
The king on the river is going to fill up Chino's straight.
See Chino's whole cards, and he just wanted to save card on the
Yeah.
river.
Now, if you're Chino, do you still bet for value, or do you like turn your hand into a bluff catcher here, where you just?
I think he's gonna bet just because.
If you think
Well,
Richard
here's
never
yeah, what do you
bluff
think
raises
Richard
you,
has?
then you
is-
should
is
bet
what
small
I'm
for
saying.
value.
Right. What is Richard bet calling with? You know, does he just
Weird
have a queen?
two-pair combos, pairs, and I mean, if Richard had a flush draw, though, I expect him to bet the flop. So I'm just not. I don't
Right.
think he's that tricky. So if I'm Chino, I imagine I have the best hand an awful lot here. That my opponent has something weird that I don't know what he has. You know, here.
I was pretty sure he was gonna bet just because
Mhm.
he had the old 10-6, and then he
Yeah.
actually got a straight, and he's.
Here, I hope it's not a call because.
I think he just said raise.
Oh my
if
God.
he raises, this is so sick. I mean, it's a total airball bluff, but it's so nasty.
I can't hear what Richard was saying, but it.
Okay,
Anything
maybe I didn't. Maybe I didn't hear
Besides a
raise.
fold,
Excuse me, guys.
seems kind of sick. I mean,
Question for me in this hand,
Mhm.
if I'm Chino, is what does Richard have? He's
hand that needs to bluff, so you might as well value bet yourself.
True. That's a good point. Like, we don't expect him to have a hand that he's going to bluff, but we do see him here having one of those hands that he'd have no other way to win unless he did.
Doing that'd be pretty cool if he just puts in a raise.
So we have a shot clock thing with a queen and then fold, but all of this ridiculous posturing and chip counting.
Because he's
and
got
you have
calling
ace
chips
high.
out. He's never calling. I
He's
don't
never
understand
calling.
that.
This whole charade
knows
is
it's a
so
live
absurd
stream.
and
Yeah.
unnecessary, and I'm
Yeah.
so happy that we have a 30-second shot clock.
I'm definitely not folding.
Oh yeah,
queen
in
seven for one bet.
in Bahamas and stuff, under the gun it was 8 max, and he would open stuff like King 8 offsuit, King 9 offsuit. So Agent definitely has a wide
King
open
8
range.
offsuit under the gun.
Yeah.
9-handed.
He was going to Pound Town.
Wow. Adi now at the button, folds 10-6 over to Chino. 7-3 offsuit in the small is likely to get folded, but maybe he wants to play with Rich.
He did have
Call.
a lot of chips though.
So Richard will check ace deuce. I'd put more money in the pot, especially against somebody like Chino. Either way, it's a queen deuce flop. Chino gonna stab at this one with air ball. Richard.
Large bet. Chino bet 110.
Richard gonna make the call. I'm a little worried that Richard might display some of the timing tells that we saw on our more casual players yesterday. He called really quickly there when he didn't have much of a decision to make. I think he might be one of those guys who actually thinks it over when he's got a decision and acts very quick when he's confident in his decision, and that could be a lot of trouble for him if the more perceptive players on the table pick up on it. I don't think value betting here. No, he value bet, I think,
Yeah.
and ended up bluffing.
Yeah. No, yeah. I'm not sure if to be passive. Just none. You're not gonna. I mean, there's some merit because it's a slow structure. Everyone's pretty deep. But when you have these premium hands, I'm talking ace jack suited and stuff
Yeah.
like those are huge hands. Ace Jack blind versus blind, huge.
Time Adi should
Yeah.
really be raising these kind of hands.
Yeah, I
don't
was
know
waiting
what
for
this is.
Adi needs to start like this, and he has a good chip stack to where he has some room to play.
Adi gonna make the call here. Both players with a flush draw.
Jack of
Going to the
diamond or
turn.
jack of clubs makes it pretty.
8 of
Oh,
clubs.
yeah. Basically, both players think
Yeah.
they have the best hand here.
Yeah.
And if he raised pre-flop, there's an example where the pot would be even bigger. You know, Adrian's limp calling queen four
You're wrong.
Yeah. Keep your range open. Keep your range undefined. Just call here.
Yeah.
So hard for him to have a hand good enough to call on the turn when you raise.
Yeah.
Adrian's not going to feel good about it.
Yeah, if you have two pair,
Perfect.
yeah, great.
Just call.
Both players are playing this hand fine. Both players believe that they have the best hand, and this 5 doesn't really change anything. But in Adrian's spot, you're not going to expect a full house here unless your opponent has a hand like
You think
8-5.
you're getting raised somewhere
Yeah.
in there.
7-5, you probably would have heard from him on the flop. And just for him to
I
get
hate
to
to
a
look
river with
back.
a 5, it's very unlikely. So when he bets here, he thinks he's good, and when he gets shoved
Yeah.
on,
I think Adi needs to shove. I hope he
Yeah.
doesn't just call.
yeah, Adi needs a shove here.
Oh, man.
Wow.
He just called.
This is just I don't know what's going on, guys. That's why we're just in the booth. I mean, like I said, that's just there's no way you can just call there with the 8.
Operation Hammer and let
Yeah.
them all know they're wrong.
Tell them to Google us.
Adi here with ace 10. Gonna open up the action here to 150.
The action opens with 250,000.
Small blind, big
She
blind
does
too.
fold the button. Richard folds the small.
Over to Adrian. Adrian's gonna see a flop with queen 3
Adrian
suited
Makes the call. It's up to the flop. Flop
Pretty
is
standard.
and drills it. Queen Jack
This
3 on the flop.
Why?
Yeah.
It's going to come back and haunt him.
Adi strangely rips his sunglasses off.
Adrian hasn't acted yet, right?
Yeah.
Hmm.
I'm tempted to check behind if I'm Adi.
I think he's gonna.
Card on the turn.
It is
So,
pretty weird that he took off his glasses and broke character. You know what I mean?
Yeah. There we go. I like the check.
Adi checks as well.
No, yeah.
Oh, no!
Redemption to knock out
Oh,
Adrian
man.
now.
If Adrian is not like eliminated, or at least gets it all in here.
Queen of Hearts on the river. It's going to go check, check.
Yeah, Queen of Hearts on the river just ruins the action.
The fake. I'm getting a read on you.
No, no, no! Here comes the 10 of spades. It just ruins everything on the river. Okay, a deuce of diamonds.
Don't call that. But a 10, see a free river.
Yeah. That's the only hand you're really worried
Adrian
about.
all in. Adi calls. Game over, Adrian. Yeah, sorry, man. He looks so disappointed. He played an excellent final table here today.